Hello, my name is Travis. I am a software developer here at Factura.ai, and today I am going to demonstrate to you what we have done to facilitate the propagation of data from Factura.ai to QuickBooks Desktop. So over here, I am connected to a computer that has QuickBooks Desktop running. And the way that we have developed the way that we have developed the integration is that we are using this thing called QuickBooks Web Connector. So QuickBooks Web Connector is a application that's typically bundled with QuickBooks. Although if you don't have it with your QuickBooks installation, you can go to the QuickBooks website to download and install it. And the purpose of this application is to enable the desktop QuickBooks to retrieve data from a web service. And the reason why we have used this QuickBooks Web Connector is that it's really a tried and true solution, and it's something that we can just very easily deploy on the very easily set up on the client's computer, because most of the work is really just to have this connector. And how it works is that once this connector is installed, then there is a configuration file that we will provide your team, and it can be added here in the web connector to enable the connection to our web service. And over here, I have a demo QuickBooks account with one company, and so there is one application here for this one company. If you have multiple companies, as in like multiple company files where you need to integrate, then we will provide you with multiple application files. And so if let's say you have like 3 companies, then we'll just give you 3 files, and then you'll just add them here. And we will also provide you with the documentation on how to do so. And so once this is set up, how it works is that this application will run once every 5 minutes, or depending on how we configure the integration. But what it'll do is it'll retrieve data from our web service. And right now we have several things working: sending invoices, updating vendor records, and updating chart of accounts. So for those 3 things, we currently have it integrated, and I will demonstrate during this presentation. So that is the computer with the QuickBooks. Now I'm just going to go to our Factura demo account. So over here, I have 3 invoices to demonstrate, and they're just representing different kinds of scenarios. And so I will open up one of them now, so for you to have a look. So for this one, now before anything, this is really not representative of the kind of invoices that we handle. This is really just a dummy invoice that I created to demonstrate the export. If you do decide to go with us, our team will be able to show you invoices that are more representative of what we are capable of handling on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, so for here, this invoice represents a simple single total invoice, as we call it, where it just has one total going to one location or class, as the QuickBooks terminology is. and then with like one invoice number, one invoice date, one account. So that's the simplest example we have. Now, now there's this example. This is the second type we have, where it's like the previous one. However, for this one, the total amount of $10 is split between two different classes or two different locations. And so so this one in QuickBooks will actually create two lines, and you will see later that it creates the two lines under the bill, and it has these two classes propagated successfully. Now, this third example is what we call a line item invoice. So for this one, all the amounts are going to the same location. However, they're just like different multiple lines, and you will see that we are able to successfully send over the descriptions for the lines, the subtotals, and as well as the accounts. The accounts will be different per line. So yeah, so these are three examples to demonstrate. But before I can do that, I first have to update the vendor and account records on the Factura side, because there's some information that we need to retrieve from QuickBooks to be able to actually send these over. So just over here, I have the screen open, but this is not a screen that you'll see if you actually use Factura. This is just to demonstrate that. So we don't have any vendor records as of now, and we also don't have any chart of accounts as of now. So, and what I'll do is I am now just going to go to the QuickBooks VM, and I will now perform the account for the polling of data for those two groups of information. And what happens is like I already have like added the task for polling that information in our internal task queue. So at this point, when I click Update Selected here in the Web Connector, it's actually going to go to our web service and ask, do you have any work for me to do? And the web service will return, yes, I need chart of accounts, and I also need the vendor records. And then that will cause the Web Connector to go to the QuickBooks company and retrieve this information that you see here. So here is the vendor information. This is the list of vendors, and this is the list of chart of accounts. So yes, so now I will click Update Selected, and yeah, so you just see it running, and it will finish just here in a second. Okay, so now it's finished, and I will go back to Factura, and now if I just to show you, now we do have vendor records now. And we do have the up-to-date chart of accounts. So these screens you will not actually see when you're using it. These are just for us internally to view and to deal with any support issues. However, what you will see is that if you open up an invoice, you will see that if we have retrieved the chart of accounts correctly and we have the vendor information, then we will actually have some a little annotation here to show you what the vendor name is and what the name of the account is. So that's just indicating that we do have this information. So yes, now we are able to send over these three invoices, and I am just going to select these three. And now, stay in the call. Yeah. So now I will click Upload to Accounting. Yeah. So after I clicked it, now it's in this uploading to accounting state. We have put the upload task into our internal queue, and now we are just waiting for the QuickBooks Web Connector to query us and receive this information. So I'm just going to go to the QuickBooks VM again, and then I'll click Update Selected, and and also just for the purpose of this demonstration, I have disabled auto run. You don't need to click Update Selected. Normally, this is just so that I can be able to demonstrate it without it running in the background and go out of sync. So yes, so now I will click Update Selected, and I will show you those 3 invoices that have came over. Yeah. So, but before I do so, just going back to this screen, you'll see that going back to Factura, you see that it's no longer uploaded to accounting anymore. Uploading to accounting is actually they have been uploaded. So yeah, so now I will go back to the QuickBooks VM, and I will go to Bill Tracker, and here are the 3 invoices that have came in. And if I open this one, this is the single total invoice, and you can see how we have populated the vendor, all the invoice number, invoice date information, due date, and down here we have the class, like we have specified it, and with the correct account and amount as well. And so the next example is this one. This is the one with the split. You see that it's split between 2 different classes with $5 going to each. And the third one is this one with, is this one with the lines. And you can see how they're all going to the same class, and we have different memos for them. These are the item descriptions, and then they have the respective amounts as well as the different accounts going to them. So yes, so that is a demonstration of the spending of the integration that we have currently for QuickBooks. And if you have any questions for us, you can just reach out to Ben or Bradley, and they can forward that information to me with regards to what else that you expect to see for the integration. Thank you very much.